Let's see.
All right, I'm checking the places. As usual, it takes a while. Let's see here.
Oh, I should get the Twitch so I can see the chat.
All right, they are both live.
Let's see. Well,
All right, I'm checking
Recording
the
in
places.
progress.
Ooh,
the-
consent
As
bot.
usual, it takes a
Yeah,
while.
consent bot is still real. That's one thing that's always carry over. And you said we're live, right?
Yes.
All right. Streams, not just Twitch or YouTube. What up? We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get rocking and rolling. You guys ready? All right. We're gonna have a fun one.
I'm attempting to watch all chats today, so
Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Mark,
I'm Vic.
I'm Evelyn.
and we are To Live and Talk in LA, and it's spooky hours today, guys.
What up?
Yeah.
What up, dude? It's a big one. First guest of 2025. I think you. Is this the trivia question where Anthony from League of Ridiculous Conversations is our first To Live and Talk in LA guest? No, we had science back in the day, so like
Yeah.
okay. So, but post Evelyn,
This
Is
is
it
our
post
first.
Evelyn?
This
Maybe.
is in my head. This is our first guest,
yeah.
that's why I was like pressing Mark. I was like, are we introducing him? Are we doing? And then
What's
I
the
was like,
plan?
wait, he's probably been here before. And I just like probably missed it on accident, like with all the transitions because this pod has gone through so much. But welcome, my guy. It's great to see you. And
Thank
hi to
you.
the chats. I see
Yeah,
already
thanks.
lots of
Thanks for
them.
having me. I think this is absolutely my first with Evelyn. Vic, is this my first with you too?
I believe so. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I
Uh,
think he was a
I-
fill-in.
Mark and
Yeah.
I have done To Live and Talk in LA once.
Mhm.
And the old show I'd been on. I don't know if you'd ever had me with like your friends. Like you were trying to keep me in a closet and just pull me out when the homies weren't around.
Yeah, it's
It's nice to be
No, but he would do
introduced.
the same thing to me. He would just like pull me in by myself, and I'm just like, "Hi, you guys." But I feel you. I feel you.
likes to tap on people when he needs them. Yeah, it's a Mark thing.
Yeah.
it's the mix and match. It's at a party in a mixer, and all of a sudden, we're gonna have like dream collabs, and this is one of them. And if you're listening to us on Twitch and YouTube, watching us live, what up? We have Spooky Anthony from League of Ridiculous Conversations that are streaming Tuesdays at 7 p.m. on Twitch, and it's a great show with Leland, Steph, and Jordan, and it's for dudes getting together, dudes and dudettes, to kind of just shoot the shit, talk about nerdy things, and talk about. I'll do the historic thing again. I found you guys on Twitch randomly. I don't know if you remember
Right.
this. It was me trying to figure out, can I do a podcast virtually, and I saw you guys. You were like the ones that I stuck around for, and I was like, oh, these guys are actually pretty good, and I left you on, and I just started creeping, and all of a sudden I created Not Another Monday with Rosie, and we made a show, and it was kind of because of you guys.
Wow.
Is that
That's-
right?
Dream big,
Wow,
dude.
that's pretty cool.
That's
That's always
rad.
the coolest shit. And like now you guys are like eclipsing us. Your guys'
Stop.
show was great. I said it last night. To Live and Talk in LA is either my primer for my own show to like get in like that conversational headspace, or is like, well, I missed the timing because you guys come out and I need a Thursday, Friday listen. Like, well, I still need a good time, so I'll listen. But I try my best to save you for Tuesday in the daytime.
Hmm.
So I feel that I am like zoned in, ready for friendship and conversation and all that.
How sweet.
Nice.
How
Way
beautiful.
sloppier.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. So like you guys are a big part of like my virtual podcasting days. I've been podcasting for years, and you guys showed me you can do it, and you guys can have a good time doing it. And here we are, and it's you have left an impression in my heart, especially with Valentine's Day coming around the corner. So look at us, guys.
God.
We're making this happen. So you'll be joining in festivities, and all the topics and all the good stuff.
Let's
I
go.
wanted to talk about this. This is the big thing. Kendrick and the Super Bowl.
I was getting real hyped before we came on today. I was watching
Mm.
all and I'm stoked. I'm hyped.
Victor?
I liked the show. Yeah, I was all in. I mean, I don't. You know what? I never really watch Super Bowl halftime shows. I feel like, I mean, lately I've seen a few, but like I always am like, I'm gonna go get some food or just kind of dawdle around. That's like my break time. But I was dialed in, man, and I thought the production was great. It seemed like it was like I feel like I was in there, you know, like when he was with the guys moving around. There was one guy with a camera, and I was like, I feel like I was watching a music video or something. I thought it was pretty dope. I know there was a lot of like, you know, message in there, and a lot of stuff to kind of pull apart and kind of think about. I was just having fun with the show, though. I didn't really think too much until I was reading stuff later. So it was pretty dope.
Anthony?
I need to know. I
No,
need to know.
Yeah, we.
Yeah, no, Monday, Tuesday, like every third post, everywhere I went was a halftime breakdown.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Vic, what you're saying, there was so much camera work on the ground level and not so much big wide shots, drone shots that like some other ones do. I will tune in. I didn't even watch the fucking game. I tune in when the artists are interesting. Um, like the Dre Snoop from like 2-3 years
50
ago.
Cent.
Yeah, I thought that was
Kendrick was in that
fantastic.
too.
He was because
Mhm.
it was a love letter to West Coast,
Right.
and I thought that was absolutely fantastic. And then the last one I remember being really good was Jennifer Lopez and Shakira.
Yeah, I watched that today.
Yeah.
Mostly Shakira,
Mhm.
dude.
Yeah.
Love
Yo,
that.
I don't
Come
know,
on.
man.
You guys know
I
I
don't
like
know.
to shit on J-Lo, dude. I'm back. No, you know, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah.
True.
I
I
like
just watched her
J-Lo more
movie.
in that moment. I will say that, but I digress.
both goddesses, both
Mhm.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So I'll tune in, but yeah, I watched several of those breakdown videos of the Kendrick performance because I'm like, there's a lot going here, and every time I've listened to a Kendrick album for the first time, I'm like, this dude's got a lot he's saying, and I don't understand it because I have a complexion that doesn't get it at first. I need to be educated, so then I educate myself. I'm like, fuck,
I
this
need a-
guy's
I
a
love
genius.
I need a Reddit
seeing the
post.
things. Oh yeah, 100%. I'm one of the videos I watched was like a breakdown of all of the stuff, but from like the original launch of Not Like Us. I was one of those people that was like, I can't like try and make things up. I need for the actual like I need the research to be done, right? I need the facts to be checked. So I gave it like 2 months before I actually started diving into what happened. But now I feel like I'm fully consumed and I love it. Like I was looking for I was the opposite of Vic, which is so us. I was like looking for every little thing. And then did you guys see our lovely Instagram posts with
Yeah.
our Kendrick
Yeah.
spill? I was rolling, you guys. This is just so much fun for me. Like
You guys killing it.
Drake's the worst. Like I just I'm here for it.
Fuck
It-
Drake.
The I think that was my big shining moment walking away from the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl halftime show was Evelyn's posts and giving a little shout out to each of us, and it gave us our stage time with that Kendrick Lamar meme, and I thought it was great. That was my favorite.
Cool stuff.
That was my favorite thing. I have thoughts. I have thoughts on this, which is, I think it's the nail on the coffin for I think for Drake, and okay, I'm ready to put it to bed. Or we can keep dumping on him. That's fine.
Dumb.
I don't think this. I don't think this is a knock on him. I don't know why people really relish in this. Is bringing his exes to the stage, like I feel like that's a flex for Drake. Because I feel like if we're scoring rounds like in boxing, Kendrick is taking this pound for pound. But the one thing I'm not going to give points for is involving his ex. I think it's so there. How do I say it? I think it's lame when exes try to come and dump on the old guy, and I think that's lame. I think that's not it's not a point of power. I think you're coming from a place
Insert me
it's
going
like
getting
petty.
ready to disagree with you
Let's
with the
do it.
Kendrick
Oh,
meme.
let's
Like
go.
insert the exact meme that I posted. I think your foundational basis is valid.
Mhm.
But where it's wrong is that Drake started it. And he asked for a lot of these things to come his way. And putting the X's on stage is like the fact that they're supporting his biggest hater, or like not even hater, but like just this fantastic rebuttal. Drake started this. He deserved every little piece.
Started at how?
He
Explain it to me.
dissed Kendrick first
Okay. Yeah, like
on a
Ex-girlfriend style
track.
though, or just
yeah.
He said, "You beat your wife."
mm,
In the song Family Matters. He called them a bunch of trash. He referred to them as slaves. And then Kendrick basically came back and vetoed every little thing he said and then some and called him a pedophile. Mark, what do you got? I see it in
Oh,
your eyes.
okay. Yeah, the pedophile thing. That's. I'm not gonna really argue that. But like, okay, if my ex is on stage, like to live and talk in LA, which you can find on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or however you get your podcast, for
There
whatever
it
reason,
is.
yeah, there it is. If whatever reason it blows up, right? And then Evelyn, me and you are having this hardcore beef. You make it to the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden you get my exes on stage doing the pod and dancing and grinding their
singing
asses,
bye bye bye.
singing bye bye bye, which is probably
I
what's
mean
gonna happen.
it doesn't that sound beautiful? Because that's like his version of what happened.
But it doesn't hurt me like that right there when I see, because I feel like that's such a like, if you want to hurt somebody, especially like, maybe this is for girls, like it's not to get a hotter chick than my ex, is to hook up with someone uglier and be like,
Mm.
let's open up this insecurities, and then let me just hook up with someone uglier for the next round to give you that. I think that's a better thing to do than what Kendrick is doing with Drake's exes. And that's lame. I think it's cool to see Serena, because when I saw her, I'm like, is that Serena Williams? That's cool. I don't think it's a diss. I think it's like that 1 point will go to Drake. So 99 points to Kendrick, 1 point goes to Drake. Bringing your exes is not a flex.
Hmm.
I don't
You
think
know,
Drake feels pain anymore because he is just dead.
yeah,
Yeah.
That dude,
100%.
this year has been so like mind-blowing to see someone get murdered so slowly, so consistently for so long. I heard Euphoria and I'm like, man, that is
Yeah.
bananas. Wow,
Yeah.
that's so long. Like, and then it all kept going, and Not Like Us is like the piece de resistance of
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's the epitome. And then he does it on the biggest stage in America is bananas.
Everybody saw.
But everybody sees, and that
It's just
grin,
salt in the wound, you
that
know?
oh yeah,
Like,
it is his third victory lap on Drake's corpse. But from what I believe I remember from the breakdowns, is Drake has kind of talked some shit about SZA and Serena post breakup. So I
Mhm.
think in that light and context,
Mhm.
fuck Drake, bring them out, show them how great they are and how iconic they are, especially Serena out here crip walking like
Mhm.
so many years ago, being booed at Wimbledon
yeah,
for
for
it,
doing
and
the
now
same thing.
celebrated
Mhm.
in like this black excellence.
And also, Kendrick referenced the Serena beef in Not Like Us. So it's even more like he literally says, "Don't mess with Serena" in the song. So you gotta bring her out. Mark, you're wrong. Oh my God, I love it when you're
I
wrong.
think it's classless if there
Feeling your
was no
skin.
beef afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think
If he's just like pulling them in, it's like, whoa, 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 what
Yeah,
are you doing,
just
dude?
everyone he
Relax.
dated, Millie Bobby Brown's up there, and no one knows why. That's classless. There's no point in
Mm.
that.
And of
No,
course,
no.
Drake's the one to bring her up.
Well,
I
yeah. I mean, again, like class is not it. I just think when people are like, "Oh my God, your ex is up there," and it's like that is not the fact I live. Okay, let's take Drake, because Drake is, I think, a pretty shitty person to like. That's what it is in the grand scheme of things. If you bring my exes to do flex on me, it's not. I'm not losing any sleep over it, because like the biggest revenge you can ever have is to just not even think about it. And then if I live in your head rent free, and you're like, oh, like fuck Mark and this and that, I won the breakup, and it's all about winning, and I'm gonna win that, and then I'm gonna live in your head rent free, and you'll always think about me when you're with somebody else, and that's how I see it.
I think it's also to lift these two women up too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark
Was it-
sucks.
yeah,
Mark
Layers on
sucks, dude.
layers.
Yeah.
Mark,
Kendrick,
get out of
layers
here,
on
dude.
layers.
Kendrick's a beast. Drake sucks. Serena's
Pulitzer
boss.
Prize winner.
Yeah.
SZA all day.
Yeah, like I mean, like the songs that he did up there, I'm I'm not gonna say I'm the biggest fan of Kendrick. I feel like for me, like I like Kendrick a lot. I just okay. Here's the other thing I don't like. Why are we glorifying those jeans? Am I
No,
old
that's
again?
yeah,
That
that's where we've gone too far.
that
Like,
was weird.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I read some conspiracy theories about that. I don't think the jeans are where
What
we
can
need
it
to go,
mean?
aside from ladies. Now you know what jeans to buy.
The bottoms are
But
back.
Oh, I
they were
hope not,
cuties.
man. I
those
I
really
are
just
don't like those.
It really, I got excited about it, and then I saw something else that said like upcoming next year. I'm curious to hear, who do you guys think will be in the Super Bowl halftime show for next year? I'll tell you what I saw. I don't know if it's real or not, but I'm curious to
Hmm.
know, what do you guys think is happening 2026 Super Bowl?
Gosh, I feel like it could be anybody. It's hard to say. I actually have a list of past Super Bowl shows.
Mhm.
I want to have you guys guess a few or just ask some questions, but this is more fun first. What do you think? Anybody got any guesses?
I feel like it's going to be something that I won't like. It's going to be I think because we've done I guess the last 2020 was Shakira and J-Lo. We talked about that. I love pop. I'm in on that. 2021 was the weekend. I think it was the COVID one. I thought
Correct.
it was
Yeah.
fun. I liked the weekend. 2022 is kind of a blur. Who's 2022?
It's the West Coast rapper, all
That
of
was
them.
Yeah.
2022.
Dre, Snoop,
And then it
yeah,
was Usher and
Kendrick
Rihanna.
Lamar.
Usher,
Oh, sure.
okay,
It was
that's right. And then
Rihanna.
it's gonna be country, dude. It's going to be country. I think it because people are going to bitch about it so much that they're gonna put up. You know, what it's gonna be. It's gonna be fucking Post Malone and Jelly Roll.
I'll
I
tell you
Okay.
what I saw, but I'm curious. What do you think, Spooky?
That it always seems to be a little bit of what is happening in that exact moment. Because
Mhm.
I don't think Kendrick had this until definitely by not like us, it's locked in. They're
Mhm.
considering it maybe because this is so big. It could
Yeah.
have been Post Malone and Jelly Roll if the Drake Kendrick beef does not
It was too
happen.
hype.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, so I think like it could be literally anybody, but likely
Mhm.
to swing away from hip hop back towards pop. I don't think it's going to be country because no one in country is big enough that I'm aware of, at least. Like I have a concept of like who Jelly Roll is because he showed up on WWE once.
Yeah, that's
I'm
it.
like, oh, what's Fat Post Malone doing?
Yeah.
And Post Malone is swung to
Mhm.
country. Like
Yeah.
that could be the bill. But it really could be anybody who just makes a big splash in the first 6 months of this year to carry them through. But I do think pretty fundamentally it will swing away from hip hop
Mm.
and go much
Okay.
safer next year.
I think it's going to
Okay.
be Kid Rock.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a controversial
I think
one.
we're going whatever the king likes. I think that's what's happening. We'll see though.
Ooh,
What do you
oh yeah,
got?
I mean, with
Ted
this
Nugent
upcoming
and Kid Rock.
dictator.
Yeah, get the boys out there.
Well, I'll tell you what I saw, which I was like, nah. It said Miley Cyrus, which kind of aligns with a little bit of the country, a little bit of
Yeah.
the pop element. But then the follow-up that I saw was, if she's not doubling as Hannah Montana, she could stay home. And that is kind of there for. I was like, that would be a little, if she like duped that, but
Mm.
I have no idea. I think you guys are right. It could kind of go in all these directions.
You know what?
Yeah.
Graffuture's got a good point. Beyonce
Mhm.
doing
Oh
the
yeah.
country. She won Grammy Album of the Year. If she can carry that momentum through, Jay-Z apparently I guess is the one picking these shows. That
Yeah,
seems
that's
like a
true.
slam dunk. Could definitely be her. If she
She was
got like another
there.
good single.
But
She
it
was there in
depends on the lawsuits,
2016, but I think it's been long enough where she can come back because
Yeah.
everybody loves her.
I mean,
Right?
it'll have been a decade without Beyonce in the Super Bowl. Like,
Yeah,
that's not right.
that's long enough.
But
Unless Jay-Z gets canceled by the next Super Bowl, which like I hear there's a lot of things going on.
okay,
They're pretty good at
I
keeping it on the
don't think
low,
so.
though. We don't get too much drama
Yeah,
about them.
yeah.
He did something.
Except when he gets his ass beat by his sister-in-law in the elevator.
Yeah, true.
Sometimes
That
when shit
haunted
gets
him for
messed
a
up,
while.
$1 million
Well, that shows
da, da, da.
that showed personal growth that he didn't raise his pimp hand to the sister-in-law. He loves her.
Mark, I will raise my pimp hand at you. Stop it. Stop
She's
it.
after you today, dude. You better watch out.
Oh, damn.
Stop
maybe-
it. Kendrick's the
Not in front of
best.
company.
We have a guest.
All I'm saying is, like, I was surprised about this. I knew Kendrick was going to do They Not Like Us. I knew he was going to do some of his hits. I thought they were going to have some Nolans, because I can say that because me and Victor have been to Nolans. Some kind of like more influence from there, like, you know, like, or like throwing a beignet or something. I feel like
Yeah.
it was. I feel like if you're gonna do like something in that area, at least like kind of an homage to it. Like there was a whole thing of like Lil Wayne, Wheezy F Baby, like fucking crying. They made the Goblin cry because he thought that he was a lock for the Super Bowl, but he hasn't been good live in years.
Nobody
and it's
wants
like
to see him. Yeah.
nobody wants to see him anymore, and that's
No.
and it was sad. And I thought like maybe Kendrick was gonna like have him on and do something, but that didn't even happen. Like there's no reference to New Orleans, and I was like, oh, like I mean,
Did you
it's
see
it's
the
such a
opening
place.
stuff?
Yeah, I was gonna
Mark?
say if you watch the
I'm
whole
like,
thing,
if you
was
didn't
so
even watch the
Who's
opener,
got the time?
yeah, I actually didn't plan to care about any of this. I haven't really watched the full Super Bowl in a while, but I made a big sandwich and some wings, and I
That's
invited
right.
a couple of people over, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna sit here all fucking day and watch this thing. And I will say, like, as she's pointed to, yeah, everything in the opener was like New Orleans
it was
jazz
Nolans.
and
Nolans.
yeah, Nolans.
They
There's a
literally
lot of
had the
Nolans.
OG Nolans artist with the national anthem. They had a Nolans band. They had Nolans dancers.
Everything would
They
break out into like a brass section every once in a while of just
No, I
horns
didn't see
and yeah, it was pretty cool actually. I liked it.
so
Didn't
you
John-
did see this?
I did not see the opening with John. Was it John Baptiste?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, I
Yes.
didn't want. I just saw like he was there, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever.
He was alright.
So you're wrong twice.
Also-
nobody's keeping track. Nobody's keeping track. I'm just
I'm
kidding,
talking
Mark.
about. I'm talking about the halftime show.
I don't know if
But-
you guys are watching
No.
YouTube chat, but Pineapple Bomba says Mark's wrong as well. So it's coming from all directions right now.
About what?
Mark,
Because
I
I
don't-
feel like everyone's been dumping on my
Yeah, I don't
thoughts for
know.
the last 20
Well,
minutes.
that one came
having a
in
rough go.
when we were talking about Kendrick and the exes. That's when that one came in.
Oh,
It's okay. Like maybe if I read between the lines of like all this stuff that Drake said because he's a shitty person, okay, maybe I'm a little wrong. But in general, you bring my exes up, I win.
I'm proud of you for that.
for
That's
you.
a big
stand
big
by that.
step
I
because
stand-
I guess that I think you're a bigger person than Drake. What can we say?
Yeah, I was saying, it might not bother you, but it probably bothers Drake because he's like
For sure.
that.
For sure.
Well, you know. Well, like it was good for you, Kendrick. Repping LA.
Yeah, I
Straight
like
up
seeing him
Compton, you
succeed.
guys.
He's
I like
close enough.
I like seeing LA win like that. I'm all in on that. I don't know, but are we feeling Valentine's Day? It's coming up around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
True as a day.
2 days from now. We
Yeah.
love a man-made
Yeah.
holiday, don't we?
I don't know if it was
Whoa.
made by a man. It feels like it was probably made by somebody else, but
A
here it
corporate
is.
man.
Yeah, maybe that's true. A salesman.
Capital M man.
Yeah.
The man.
Yeah,
The-
like
Yeah.
the man, Big
Yeah.
Brother created Valentine's Day.
Capitalism in a mask.
Okay, so
But I still love it. I'm excited.
okay, so Valentine's Day. Everyone on this call has a partner. Do we take the time to celebrate Valentine's Day? And two, if we do, are we doing something big?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean,
Uh,
yeah,
You gotta, dude.
yeah.
You gotta. Come
I
on.
have
Everybody
to.
on this call knows that
Yeah.
it's not a choice. You gotta do something, but how you go about it is dependent on you. So I don't love going like, I'm not gonna go spend like $5,000 on a Valentine. Like, we don't need to take a
No.
trip on Valentine's Day. Like, that's not my life.
Mhm.
But I mentioned this to you guys. I'm PTF. I'm hitting Din Tai Fung on Valentine's Day
Nice.
or for Valentine's Day. I avoid the day of because nobody wants that kind of social exposure. But I'm in. Like, I don't know about you guys.
It's a reason to go out. Like I'll go out to dinner. I bought a gift already. We did an early one because I got some earrings for her that were cute, little gold earrings, and then I was on the phone with my parents the other day, and they're like, "Hey, so you need to get her a bouquet of flowers?" And I said, "No, we're going out to dinner, and I already got her earrings." And they're like, "Well, you have to get her flowers." I said, "Really? Do you think so?" And we were going on back and forth, and I said, "Okay, fine." I'll buy some flowers. I just feel like, isn't 2 enough, or do we have to check all 3 boxes? I feel a little something about that. I don't know. Guys, where are you? Where do you guys stand? Gift, flowers, and a dinner?
It's the expectation.
Yeah.
I'll take the heat,
Man.
and I had this whole conversation with my girl, so I'm already in the safe zone. Um,
Oh, so you think?
there's a lot of expectation on men for the holiday, and she brought up a good point. There's a lot of expectation on women the other 364 days of the year. There's a lot of inequality. Let's put that out first. But
Yeah.
yeah, it as a man, it feels like it's a one-sided holiday that is mostly there to cater for the woman, which, you know, I got no problem with the day that celebrates love and caring for each other.
Yeah.
I say, let's pull the brakes and just spread it out all over. Where's the Galentine's Day commercials from, Hershey's? Where's the boys at? Like
Mhm.
little kiss for the boys, like it ain't so bad. Let's show the love. Kiss the homies.
It's
Mhm.
like the pop-ups that we were talking about before. It's just like if there's more reasons to have good vibes in LA, like why not try to encourage that and then just spread the love. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a nice answer. Okay. That's a
So-
good way to think about it. Mark.
Wait, what I don't like.
How much are you spending, Mark?
He's like, bills, dog, bills.
Yeah.
Yeah, stacks. No, so the promise we made was we don't want to go out on Valentine's Day night. We feel like it's gonna be and it's on a Friday night.
Mhm.
So not gonna do anything that night. Probably like order food in or something. She then said no gifts, and I said I'm glad you said that a week before when I planned ahead. So I think I'm grandfathered in. She doesn't listen to the show. Who does? So like, I just don't know.
You're
But,
safe.
yeah. Yeah.
Hey, we have a lot of listeners. I see them
Yeah.
popping off.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see if she catches wind of this as I walk out the room.
I'm gonna DM
which-
her.
Yeah.
This motherfucker. You gotta listen. Where's the timestamp?
What he
Well,
said.
I don't like when people are like, and they say this all the time, and this comes from guys, and it makes me sick. I don't like Valentine's Day because every day should be like Valentine's Day.
Who
That
says
is-
that?
Yeah,
A
there's like
man
an
said this?
there's like an extra man, like the one that's
Douchebags.
like my girl like kisses
No.
their feet and
Ugh.
like cleans the floor before they walk. You
Dude.
mean that kind of profile,
And
right?
I've heard that before plenty of times, and I'm like, no, regular people need to slow down and be reminded. Like this is truly the world slowing down and saying stop and appreciate the person you're with
Yeah.
and the people you love, because we need that. And like, we have that from Christmas and Thanksgiving. We need these stopping points in life. And when people tell me that they are so anti Valentine's Day, I'm like, nah, fuck off. I hate you. I hate you like Kendrick hates Drake.
Wow. You're like flipping
Strong
Valentine's
opinion.
Day's message.
Yeah.
I like Valentine's
It's-
Day. It's
Yes.
cool. I mean, there was the traumatic. I don't know if you guys had this in 7th and 8th grade.
Oh, no.
The Candygrams.
Yeah.
I'm aware it was a thing. Never
Yeah.
saw one myself.
Yeah,
but-
I wasn't popular with them either.
I
Yeah.
didn't because Candygrams were the worst because they plug this whole thing like, hey, for $1, like come second period, we'll be delivering the Candygrams, and you I would not sleep for the whole week. I'm like, I don't know. What am I going to do? Who am I going to thank? How do I react? Do I fist pump the air? Do I like jump up on the table like Tom Cruise, or do I just act all cool and collected?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden that day comes by and I'm like, I think I know what I'm going to do. And then I figured out what I was going to be doing, which is absolutely nothing, because nothing came through those doors in the second period in algebra. And I was like, nothing. No
Mark, it's like
Candygrams.
middle
Candygrams.
school was nom for you, dude.
Yeah.
Like I don't want you to talk about it. You
This
have
boy had a rough
PTSD,
time.
clearly,
Yeah.
my man.
Yeah, he said 7th grade, and I was like, oh my God, here we go. dude.
Here we go
comes-
again.
Your
Here comes some more
emotions.
trauma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Poor
Lost our
Mark's
guy.
middle school series, man.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. I'm sorry.
So
What?
I
But
never
we
got
all
one
relate, right? I never got one of
I never
those
got
either.
one. That was for
You
like
did?
the attractive people. I don't know who that was. That wasn't me. That was weird and
Yeah.
that was so awkward looking.
Wasn't me and my two friends.
Yeah.
I was in what they called the magnet program. So you know that my friends were like we
I was
talked about
saying,
this
I hung
before.
out with the Magnet kids, and like we
Yeah,
were
we were
just
all in the bungalows.
rejects, but we were all
Yeah.
cool, man. We were cool. They
Yeah.
just didn't
But we
know it
were
yet.
like broke too, so we're not gonna like buy
Yeah,
each other shit. That's also kind of weird. So
But
I
yeah,
look at
think
this now. We got podcasts.
yeah. Living it up.
Yeah. I'm just dropping a mic right now. Not this mic.
Yeah.
It's too much, but
That's an expensive ass mic. Drop the
um,
busted mic.
if you
I
need, sorry, go ahead.
no, you go.
Okay, if you need advice, I've done this before, and I've done this uh, back in the old show with Rosie, and I also did this for my coworkers maybe like 2 years ago. Did you know you can name a roach for Valentine's Day?
Hmm.
So we're going back to the critter corner. Do you mean like a cockroach?
Cockroach. I did this
As
before.
opposed to
I pulled up a story
Roach?
like for a different state, but like I've done this before, which is the Bronx Zoo. It's the Bronx. Is it Brooklyn Zoo or Bronx? It's one of the two. But you can like donate $5 or $10, and then you can name a roach after somebody, and then you get like a Valentine Day card, and you give it to somebody. So right now I have a roach running around with like my name, and Rosie has one with her name on it because roaches
Who
live
has this
forever.
roach?
The Brooklyn
the
Zoo
zoo.
or the Bronx Zoo.
And
You know that roach is
it
dead by
lives
now, though,
there?
right?
Yeah, I'm like, it's still alive?
Yeah,
Don't
How
like
long do they live?
How long do roaches
a
live? I don't know.
week, 2 weeks?
Not long. Yeah, I think it's
No,
pretty
no
short.
way.
No, because they live
They get old, right?
No, they don't.
Really?
Young forever.
Yeah, I think most bugs have very short
Oh,
lifespans. That's
shit.
what I always
Yeah.
thought.
1 month to over a year,
Wow, that seems longer than actually I would have guessed.
Honestly,
depending on species, sex, environment. Adult males can live up to 362 days, and adult females can live more than 700 days,
I
depending
don't
on
like that.
that's the American cockroach. Oh my God, that's awful.
I'll be honest. I don't like the idea of cockroaches getting like older and learning things and like having wisdom. I don't like the idea of smart cockroaches.
No
I'm
wonder
a
they
hard
always get
pass.
away with shit, man.
Yeah,
Well,
like the old ones got to be the ones with the wings, right?
Those are the
Please
leaders.
stop. I'm gonna vomit.
Mm.
You know what I like for Valentine's Day? Have you guys seen those little like you can like send somebody like a sack of balls and it's like literally like a ball sack, but they're a bunch of gummies or chocolates, and you can send somebody just a bunch of like ball sacks that are edible. I think stuff like that is super funny.
It's another thing I've never gotten.
Yeah, I don't know.
You
what
haven't
these-
received a sack of edible balls?
No one's giving me a ball sack.
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn,
It's tough
I'm
out
feeling
there.
unloved.
Yeah,
At least
where's
not-
the love at?
Shit.
At least not the edible kind.
No.
Not like that.
Um, Now I'm going out. Excuse me. I'm going out Friday night. I'm going
Wow,
downtown.
a day of?
Friday night, date night. Yeah.
Dude, where are you guys going?
We're gonna go see Wicked, the musical.
Oh, dude, crushing it, man.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, dude. Seats
It's-
guaranteed. You're not fighting.
Yeah,
anybody.
it's high on our list in general. It's down here at the time. So I'm like, sure, let's do this. I cheat coded a little bit, and our anniversary is in January, so I kind of wrapped them
Oh,
together,
smart.
got better seats, got talked it out. Always talk it out with your partner. I'm like, hey, how would you feel if we put some of this money to this over here, and now we're on the floor? So yeah, but I'm gonna be out there, and it only occurred to me this week. I'm like, oh fuck, parking. I gotta like get down. I don't live at the theater. I gotta travel, and I gotta fight people now.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm doing it. I guess big for Valentine's Day.
That is pretty big.
You
Yeah,
can get some of those street dogs on the way out though, so you can eat cheap. You know,
All
just go
for
to
the
the
street
show,
dog.
get a $5 street dog. You kind of balance it out a little bit by skipping dinner. It's not that bad.
yeah, yeah. Get
I
one on
love
the
that.
way in, hide it under my coat.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Is it your first Valentine's Day with the lady?
Second,
Second. Okay, so the pressure's off here then.
a little bit. I don't even remember what we did last year though.
The pressure in the first one is always the tough one.
Well, so we get together in January. That means technically this is our third.
What
But
date in January?
like late January, the 22nd.
Okay,
Oh.
that was a test. See, I blasted him
He
for
said
you.
late, and I was like, "Ooh,
I was
reel it
like,
in." He's got to say any number. It's okay.
So that first one technically, or like we're just getting to kind of know the relationship.
Mm.
So
Can do too much.
that one was a pass. But I don't
Yeah.
remember what we did last year. It would come to me if I got like my memory jogged. Uh,
Mm.
I got no RAM, some memory, no RAM. I can't pull ideas just out quickly.
Hmm.
You know, I used when I was single, going out on Valentine's Day was the best for obvious reasons. But like you would just
no,
watch
wait,
people.
when you're single,
Mhm.
Valentine's Day is the best. What are those obvious reasons?
Because chicks go out who are not with someone and they are depressed and they're desperate.
Oh, they
Are
go
they
out?
out?
Dude, no, dude.
I think they would
Yeah,
be
dude,
hiding in their woman caves, dude, with their cat.
there's something called bars and they
Mm.
serve booze and you go drinking with your ladies because
No way.
it's
Yeah,
gal
that's
pals
true.
and it's
Oh, the gals. Okay, this makes
Groups of
sense. Yes,
chicks.
yes, 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 yes,
Yes.
yes.
groups of chicks. I
Groups of
remember
chicks.
there was an iconic moment I had, and like my friend, he's like, "Hey, you want to go watch a Laker game or something?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." I totally didn't realize it was Valentine's Day because I was single AF, and I didn't pull any tail in the story. Well, what was great about the story was we were at this bar that we went to from time to time, and across the way, down the way, it was a literal first date for this couple, and they were it was like we kind of like started hearing them over the game because they're talking his first day, and the guy was like this like clean cut like military dude. You could tell he served,
Mm.
and it was this Latin chick that got was getting drunk as the night was going on, as the Laker game was going on, and then she started talking to us like so. She's at the end of the bar, the guy's next to her, and we're kind of like a little further down, and she's talking through him to talk to us. And I was like, dude, like you need to chill because this guy looks like
Yeah.
he's like a walking weapon. Like I am not trying to like get into this. And then like at some point, like you could tell it's not going well. And the guy's like, oh, this kind of sucks. He's kind of like down, and he's like, he
Mm.
goes to the bathroom, and then the chick is like, hey, so like, what are you guys doing? Are you guys single? I'm like, "Yeah, me and my friend were single, and we were like, and she's like, oh, like. Oh well, I wish I could be hanging out with you. And I was like, "Damn, dude, like you
What?
need to
Was this guy
chill."
like fugly or something?
No, he was like a clean cut military dude, and it
It's
was like
not interesting enough, She
and
wants
then
these
I,
crazy
No, he
guys.
must have had a red flag. He must have had at least like 5 red flags to
you know
be
what
like,
the red flag was because at some point he came back and we're just talking. I was like, I'm trying to just like, I don't want to get involved in this.
Yeah.
I was like, so how did you guys meet? And they said plenty of fish. I'm like, that's the fucking red flag right there. Plenty of
Mm.
fish is the bottom of the barrel for
what is
dating
that?
apps.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a dating app. It's the worst dating app unless you want to advertise for it with us. Plenty of fish. Then we will talk about how
Yeah.
great you are. It's the
Find
bottom
a
of the
catch
barrel.
at
People
POF.
change. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're open to new ideas
But
for
it's like
money.
We're all
like
about creativity and artistry.
when it came to the dating apps, like when you were out of swipes in Tinder, you would just default to plenty of fish, and it was like people who didn't want to pay, like any type of
Mm-hmm.
premium, and you could tell on the pictures it was like, this is not like it's not about how hot they were. It was just like this just isn't it. Like you could tell on the profiles and the pictures. Plenty of fish, worst dating app ever. I don't know if it's still around.
So what happened with this date? So they just left or
Yeah.
what? Did you get her digits? Did you tell her to come back alone or what?
Dude,
What'd you do?
I was not going to fuck with that guy. I don't think he was. You know what? Like now that I'm like years removed, I'm like maybe he probably wouldn't have done anything. But I was like, I'm not gonna like test that with someone who
No.
served and looked like he was in shape, and I was at the. This is when I was in the worst shape of my life. So I was like, I'm not really gonna stand on business here. I'm gonna know my role, and which I came here to watch the Laker game, and I'm not. I'm gonna stay out of that danger zone. And I did just that.
Should have told him to pull up a stool. Hey man, I've had shitty first days too.
Yeah.
Come over here and have a beer with us.
Cut her
Fuck
out,
her,
bring the
dude.
dude in.
Yeah.
He's the one
Mhm.
hurting. He needs a
Yeah.
bro. She's
That was a-
fine.
Should be
Hey,
alright.
man.
That pops a question into my head though for you guys maybe and for the listeners if you guys have any of these. What is like red flag? Like you say that was like your first date or something, or if it's like a Valentine's Day first date to make it special. What's the what's the like you're gonna go talk to the merc at the bar and be like, I wish I was talking to you guys. Like what's that red flag for you?
I used to like asking girls if they believed in aliens on first dates. And if they would just say like no, there's no possible way, cannot fathom it. I'm like, this chick's thinking too small, dude. I
I
don't
think
like it.
that's a red flag.
Yeah.
I agree, that's a red
I think
flag.
there's more
Really?
out there. And it's like, really? Is that you really think this is it? Like we're the only people in the whole universe? Do you know how fucking big the universe is? Like we're like a grain of sand. We're not even a grain of sand at the beach when you compare just the scale. You know what I mean? Like then I'm pulling up pictures of the fucking Milky Way and I'm like, are you seeing this? And then their eyes glaze over. I'm like, we're not a fit. Yeah.
Aliens are real. Wait, you
Aliens
guys
are real.
haven't said anything. Or
Go
am I
ahead,
red
fellas.
flagging
That's
you?
just my first gut instinct here.
I'm not trying. I'm trying not to interrupt. I'm being a good guest.
No, please get in here. That's. I'll stop now. That's where I'm
No,
at. Yeah.
listen, I agree with you, Vic. If they were like definitive,
Right.
no room for like anything else. Like hell no, like there's just us because God made us. I'm like, okay,
Exactly.
I got nothing against religion, but a holy roller is another level, and I don't play on that level.
Yeah.
That would be. I've never had a bad like date, and that is not a brag because if I told you how many dates I'd have, you'd be like, well, clearly when you only have 3 dates in your life, you're probably gonna do good odds. But my method had always been like, oh, let me talk to you for several weeks and decide like, okay, yeah, this is good. All that getting to know you stuff, I don't want to spend like 20, 30, 40, 50, $100 on drinks to get your base information when I feel we should be talking that out in the first place and in like chat or a phone call. This is why I never like got anywhere on Tinder or any of that. Apparently, it's not popular to have a long conversation
Yeah.
via Tinder.
The
They're
meta
not
has
here
changed
for it.
for sure.
Yeah.
They
They're like, why are you
want,
still talking to me?
when's the date happening?
Yeah.
You gotta ask them out
I-
like 3 days now. You don't have no time. I like to chat
Yeah.
a lot too. Actually, I
Yeah.
don't really, but they get bored.
Research based. I like that. You got to do your homework.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the rush?
I'm also a guy who like gets into relationships fairly quickly. Like I'm not trying to play the field. Even my hookups have been long term. Like I am not trying to bounce around.
Playa.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to like find a person to spend time with, and like now I am spending all the time and like future with
Quality.
quality. Yeah, quality
Full
over
agree.
quantity.
Yeah.
Are you trying to
Mark,
make me
what's
fall in
the
love
red
with
flag,
you?
Mark? Oh, how sweet.
All right, so my red flag is something you pick up on the second date and
The
I have a
tab?
first one too. First date, I ask you, Evelyn, on a date. We go on a date. It's on me. This is like no questions asked is on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second date, what I want you to do is pretend to go for your wallet.
Just try. Yeah.
Just go like when the check comes, you could leave your purse in the car for all I care, but just the act of doing that will speak volumes to me. Because if you don't even offer to pay half or pay like you offer to pay dinner, lunch, coffee, whatever, that's a red flag to me because after the second date, you're not undoing that. So this is going to be an expectation going forward.
Let me ask you this. Do you do the research to your dates too? Or are you like do you jump into the like, let's meet in person and date?
I'm kind of in between. So like I think Anthony and Victor want to go longer. I think there's an expiration date on that. I think if from when you start talking,
How
I
long?
think there's probably like a 2-week window at the max.
Okay.
Oh no,
I
that's
think
like
that
where I'm
goes-
at too. I
That's-
think like
yeah,
a week or
that's
two is
fine.
okay.
At the max, I would probably want to do it within the week because I don't. You know what?
Yeah,
Also,
okay.
too, when you start to open up these these doors of like you're always messaging, it's all cutesies and everything. It kind of opens up the doors that you're always available to text. And it's like I don't really like that. It's like okay, like I want to kind of get that out the way, and we can hang out in person, and we can just chill. If all of a sudden we're texting buddies, and then all of a sudden when I'm busy and I can't text you, like what's wrong?
It is hard to
you talking to?
maintain because I would like to do like the slow response, play the game like I'm busy, right? I'm in meetings, so I'm not gonna reply to you for like 4 hours. But you can't do that for like 2 weeks because then they're like, okay, what
Mhm.
the fuck, right? So it's kind of, it
Yeah.
is hard. So it depends on the person. Some people like to chat too. I think some women like to like really measure you out before that. But then there's some other people that like they ask people out like 4 messages in. Like they don't waste any time. And I tried doing that for a while too, but I don't think I can't swing that. It was not working for me. The
Yeah.
instant ask
There's
out. So I had
a
to
sweet
change.
spot in the middle.
Yeah.
There
And
is.
and I think like Mark's right, about 2 weeks. By 2 weeks, you should have a date planned to meet. And it should be at least within that third week, if not also in the second week.
Agreed.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
like
plan it
you should
out.
set your boundaries, like what Mark's saying, like how Vic is talking, like you set the boundaries of like, I am not going to be always there responding within 30 seconds of every text you make because you're a person and you respect them as a person. You're going to have your individual lives.
Yeah.
You have to.
I think it's person specific then, because it's
It
kind of
always
like
is.
there's some people that are like, oh, I don't care, or they're probably working, like can't bug them right now. And then there are other people that are like, why haven't they replied? And I'm like, did you ever think that maybe he has a job, that he has to work? I don't know, but
He's
for
thinking of
me,
something funny to say. Give him some time.
I know,
You
yeah,
know,
he's
this
like
shit is
trying
hard.
just trying to act cool, like big. He's like, nah,
I'm in the middle
like
of a
a
match.
sick.
Come on. I
Yeah,
got
dude.
20 more minutes.
I'm in a meeting. But the reason that I brought this up, I saw one on, of course, TikTok that was a red flag. I was like, dude, this is like the biggest of red flags for any date. When people are rude to like the wait staff or the servers, to the people that like you're working with. And I was like, yeah, if that happened, like that's immediate red flag. Like you don't believe in aliens, you're mean to people that serve you, you're out of here.
Yeah.
But then I saw this clip of like, when people call into a radio and they're like, can you call this person and find out why they didn't like want to do a second date with me? And they called this girl and they're like, yo, they said you were pretty awful on this date, but you didn't want to go out on a second date, but you were awful and they wanted to tell you that. And she was like, LOL, I'm hot, basically, just so you know. Like, I'm actually just a hot, attractive female. And the server was my friend. And I am purposefully mean to these people to see if this guy is actually interested in me and is going to say something to me, or if they're just going to try and go on a second date with me, even though I was an asshole to this server.
Wow.
And this guy was just trying to go on a second date with her because she was hot. And the whole time it was her friend. And I was like, all of a sudden I felt like the script was flipped. I was like, I can't even imagine if I were a guy even anticipating that that's something that could happen to me. Like, I'm not thinking that that's happening to, you know what I mean? I just started losing my
Is
shit.
that
But
what attractive people have to do now? Like setting booby traps? That seems a little much to me still. Like
it worked,
just
bro.
be
Like,
yourself. But I guess she doesn't know if people actually like her for her, right? That's the thing.
mhm.
Or
Yeah.
if they have integrity, I guess. That's a test.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
That is a true test of integrity because
Yeah.
most dudes will put up with it
For sure.
and it's like dudes will bang the most obnoxious chicks and call it a day. Like, but
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
will the levels that you would go through with this. And I was like, it's
God,
it's a
I
very
wish
what
I
would-
knew what she looked like.
yeah, it's a very
Me
what would
too.
you
I
do
just
moment.
heard
How
her.
hot are we
God, I'm
talking?
dying to see what
mean,
she looks
Yeah.
like.
Dude, she
Yeah.
sounded hot. Like, I'm sorry. Like, all I got was her voice, but she sounded hot. I was like, and she's like, look, I don't mean to be like, I'm not trying to be obnoxious. I know I'm attractive. Like, this is just a fact. If you saw me today, you'd say I'm an attractive person. Like, and I'm
Mm.
like, nah, this sounds like somebody who's like, she's been through one too many dudes who will just like try to make it work because they're with her and she's hot, you know?
Yeah, you gotta try. I mean, you guys ever get off the phone with somebody and you're like, damn, she sounds pretty hot? Or Evelyn, you ever think that? Wow, because I think that a lot actually, and I feel like I'm usually
Yeah.
wrong, but it's something about voices. I'm like, this is cool.
And they're a little raspy.
Little fry.
there's
Depends on the
definitely like
enunciation.
hot voices, but I don't think I've had it. I don't think I've ever had that thought reoccurring. I don't know if I've ever like at the end of a phone call. All right, have a good day. Like another
Hot voice.
hottie,
Yeah, another hottie.
another hottie for sure.
I gotta set up an
Yeah, you're
in-person
right.
meeting.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it'll do for me.
I need to schedule a follow up.
I gotta visit
Yeah.
over there.
We need to
If
see
she
if it's
sounds
real.
dumb, are we also factoring in if she sounds dumb?
See,
Oh,
I feel
that's
like you can find that too.
Yeah.
dumb is a big red flag and an absolute turn a 10 to a 5. Dumb, you can't do nothing with Dumb. And I
Yeah,
like
he can.
even in that hot level of like, well, there's no intention of a relationship, but gosh darn, you sure are attractive. Uh, Dumb will just be like, man, what a pity. What a
What a
damn
shame,
shame.
right?
I could not spend time in the room with you,
Yeah,
much
that's
less
100% red
like,
flag too.
yeah,
Yeah.
I can't handle Dumb.
I like
Um,
hearing deal breakers. You guys can bring more of those to the show. That's so fun.
well, you mentioned one you saw on TikTok. What's another deal breaker red flag for you?
Um, deal breaker, red flag. Deal, that was English. Deal breaker, red flag. I think if if they mention like family money, that's red flag. I had that happen to me once. They were like
Hmm.
really on the like my family this, my family. I was just like, I don't. That's not what I don't even. And then they were like, oh, and when I have a family, and I was like, double red flag because I'm not having any children. That's not in my book of business. But that's two for you.
Oh,
Bragging
Now,
okay.
about money
is it the
and wanting a
family?
family.
Is the family having money, or they just like hanging out with their family who has money?
If they just liked hanging out and that incidentally they had money, I'm for it. Like, oh my God, thank you so much for that flight to Hawaii.
No, they
Um,
want to. They like hanging with their family. It's a hobby of theirs.
that is okay.
So I
But
say this guy listens.
this person was different. They were like just bragging about the fact that the family had money and like a legacy of dentists. And I was just like, I don't, that's not okay. And I was just like, yeah, I don't think like we're gonna be a match. That's fun
I've
though.
never had that opportunity. I would explore it.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
I
say a
gotta
lot of
find
these
out if
sound
it's
good to
wrong for
me.
me.
Family money?
That don't sound bad.
Down.
I could be a sugar mama for like less work, you know?
Hey, not too bad. Okay, well, how about this? Favorite candies for Valentine's Day? What are you giving for like? I have a list of top. I have top 35. But I'll only do top 10. Let's see if we can hit it.
Hmm.
What are your top candies that you would be for Valentine's Day specifically?
Kisses? Should we start there?
That's
Like
tricky.
Avi.
Kisses,
Yeah,
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 Kisses
okay.
got to be top five,
That's gotta
right?
be
Well,
you
is it
said,
our
yeah.
favorite or is it the ones that we think are on the
We're
list?
guessing what's on the list,
Well,
right?
what's your favorite? Let's see if it hits the list. Let's see if
Okay.
because I will judge you on certain ones.
Well, I feel like I have the same answer no matter what holiday because they just make them shaped differently. I think there's
Reese's.
Hershey's or not Hershey's. I think there's Reese's cups
Reese's.
that are shaped like
Reese's.
a heart, right?
Yeah.
Is that a
Yeah,
thing?
yeah,
Number
yeah.
Because there's
number
pumpkin
3.
ones, there's penguins or whatever for Christmas.
Eggs,
Yeah. Oh yeah, eggs.
trees.
Yeah.
The
So
eggs are the best, right? Are we all
I
I
do
like
love
the
the
little I like the
eggs.
Halloween
They
ones.
feel
I do like the
smoother to
Halloween
me.
ones.
The eggs, something about
it
it. It's
feels like
like
the balance
buttery.
of chocolate peanut butter is like just perfect on an egg.
Yeah.
I will put pumpkin right below the egg. And for
Yeah,
some
I'm
reason
Similar.
the
happy
tree
with
don't
it.
fly.
Now
Yeah.
They're
I'm more of
delicious.
I'm a purist in the classic. I like the regular one because it has like the little underwear you pull off. It's very sexual when you
True.
do
Man,
this.
it's hot.
Sometimes you get the
And it
little
has a,
skid marks on the bottom when you pull it off.
It really does.
yeah, that's why I get so turned
Give it a
on
little.
eating them. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute.
Little left
You're thinking
behind.
about eating ass while you're eating that, or what? Based off of what I just read. Good to know. Good to know.
Lick all the fingers.
Yeah.
Or any other
Um,
guesses here?
I
You
think
said our favorites. Well, Reese's was first.
Okay,
What you got? What do you got,
what's your
Spooky?
favorite? Yeah.
I candy hearts are trash, like your classic box trash, but everyone's doing a version of it now, just like jelly beans.
Hmm.
Box need to be burnt, like needs to be burned down. The whole candy company needs to shut down and never come back. But everyone else is doing that game better. So like a sweet tarts, little heart candy,
Hmm.
that's great. Um, I
If
will
they're
the
not
one.
called Sweet Tarts, Sweethearts, I'm like losing my mind.
It's right
They're
there. They
not.
have
They're
to.
called Sweet Tarts Conversation Hearts.
Oof,
Missed opportunity.
they fucking
Sorry.
up.
What are they thinking?
They
Nothing.
weren't,
Yeah,
clearly.
It's
they
so
were not.
iconic though. Like I can't hate it. I just won't. I'm not going to the OG for it.
The hearts are classic, but they're not.
Hearts are
They're not
classic.
great.
But
Yeah.
they taste terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate those. With the messaging, like, yeah, they taste terrible, and it's like, what do you think of me when you give me this? You don't know me.
You're just being
It's
cheap
just-
as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worldwide handsome, don't get me, sweethearts.
Don't you dare.
Don't you dare.
What
What
are
else is on that list? I want to
yeah,
know.
like red
Wait, don't tell
vines?
me yet.
That's not really
Assorted
Valentine's.
chocolates,
Oh
like a
yeah.
Oh,
a
like
Russell.
C's or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, Russell
The
Brand,
little
Caesar
heart one?
Nasty. Yeah, oh yeah, preferably in a heart shape.
Hmm.
That's classic and still pretty good. That's tough to go wrong.
Number one, Ghirardelli.
Ghirardelli?
Yeah, the
Ooh, that's
chocolate
right.
hearts.
They
Yeah,
have
so
They
those are
hearts?
also
the
have a little.
Oh.
Mhm.
Do, 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 do.
Mhm.
That is good chocolate.
Mhm.
I didn't know they made hearts though. I feel like I've been just missing this. I'm gonna go buy some.
Wait, they make hearts?
That's what you said. Their
Oh,
brand is
the
chocolate
flat
hearts.
ones.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a
Yeah.
different. I'm thinking of the Rocher.
No, it's the one with the eagle on it.
Yeah, my bad. My
Rocher.
bad. Do you know what I'm talking about? The one that's like a circle.
Yeah.
It looks like a golden snitch.
Those are
What's
Oh
that
yeah,
good.
called?
yeah.
Ferrero Rocher.
Yeah,
Ferrero
you got it.
Rocher. Yeah. See, I was close. That is that in the top 10?
A
No.
heart of them? Oh, come on.
No.
You can make
I
those in a
feel like
heart.
that's a winner. Like that's a Christmas candy. That's a
Mm,
that's a Christmas chocolate in my brain.
dude.
You know,
Hazelnut's so good.
I think Christmas and New Year's for that one too.
Mm,
Yeah,
So number
Hmm.
two, Broch's Conversation Hearts. No.
mm-mm.
trash,
Yeah.
Number three, Reese's Hearts.
garbage. All right,
Number
Reese's.
four, Dove Dark Chocolate and Strawberry Swirls.
Oof. Dark chocolate,
I
I'm
don't even
down
know
for.
that these
Any-
exist. Like, I feel like I only know like 7-Eleven candy. That's my fault.
Do you like dark chocolate?
No.
Neither do
Love
I.
it.
Dude, the Dove dark chocolate bag, I could just eat like consistently. The little hearts specifically.
People buy
I
me dark
find-
chocolate. I just never eat it. It's a waste.
I find dark chocolate is way more popular with women than it is with men.
Maybe.
Which works out great because you get that assorted box. Boom, you're automatically split.
Half and half.
Babe, here's all the dark chocolate for you. Here's all the milk chocolate for me.
I'll take all the sweet stuff. You can have this
Yeah.
brown shit.
Give me all your
Uh,
caramel, little jelly fills. Give me all that sugar. You can have the healthier chocolate.
Mm.
Now I'm like, I'm getting bougie. I'm going C's now. Like I got one of
love
those
C's.
ultra boxes of C's for Christmas. I just got through all of them basically, but the dark chocolates went so fast. But now I'm just like, even if it's bougie milk chocolate, like why is C's candy so expensive? But why is it so good?
Yeah, my mom gives everybody those nuts and chews except for me, and I'm like, give me
Mom.
one. Like, I don't
Oh,
want a
dang.
gift. Just get me a box of nuts and chews like the rest of our friends. And then I have to have them in my house and give them to people when I see them, and they're just torturing me for like a month. It's tough.
Yeah, no, I want that. I need
They're
that,
really
in
good.
fact.
No, I'm with you. I love dark chocolate. Dark chocolate
Yeah.
is a vibe. Yeah.
Right
I'm
on.
in.
Mm.
So like, and C's candy. I do you like the whole box? Because I can only do like 20% of it. Then I'm like, what the hell is this? What is this like raspberry marshmallow thing I never asked
Depends
for?
as
and
you
I
get?
don't
get.
love the fruit. Yeah, I don't. I'm not a fruit
The
fan. But
nutty
like,
box is good because they're all good to go, pretty much. There's like
oh,
10% I won't eat, but the fruit
I like
stuff,
the nuts and chews though.
yeah, me too. I don't do
'Cause I got
truffle. I
into
need that squishy
nougat.
shit. I don't want any of that.
I love
Pass 'em
that.
over
I
here.
love
Yeah.
that.
See,
Yeah,
everybody's different.
I want
That's
that
what's
gooey
nice.
center.
Yeah.
me too. Me too.
Fuck this Valentine's Day list. Are you guys big on Girl Scout cookies?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I got a bag of Thin Mints in my freezer right now.
Ooh, you put them in the freezer too?
My girlfriend does
Yeah,
that.
dude.
Hell yeah.
I almost put it in my smoothie this morning, but I felt like it was a violation to eat that for breakfast.
Hell no. That's
But
how
the
the great Girl
flavor
Scouts
seems
would want
nice.
it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Girl Scout way.
Yeah. So what's our ranking of Girl Scout cookies? Thin Mints is ease.
Thin Mint's number one, right? Like
I don't know.
nothing touches the Thin Mint.
I like me a little caramel delight. I think caramel delight's on my number one, but I think it's easier to eat Thin Mints. Caramel delights, alt name some ex Samoas. We may know them
Oh,
as Samoas.
yeah. I was gonna say
Yeah.
those are good. I don't know what you're talking about, but I like.
Yeah, those are my
Samoas.
number ones.
I
Yeah,
want to
those are-
like them, but I can't stand eating coconut. So
Oh,
I want to like them though, because I love caramel chocolate cookie. That's fantastic. I put a tag along right at number two. Strong number
really?
two.
Why can't I
Yeah.
just look them up online?
Chocolate peanut butter on a cookie? What's going wrong there? There's my biggest problem, not enough in the bag.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how
They
I
got-
feel about the other two.
They got them in the little like separate like cartridges.
Yeah.
little slots. I'm like, yo, smooth it out. Fit 2 more cookies in here for me. I'm
Yeah.
paying $6.
Yeah. I like the s'mores. The s'mores has been one that's been moving
Good.
up the ranking for me over the last couple years. Samoa's I liked for probably about 1 year, and then ever since then they've just fallen down my rankings.
Those are not my favorite, but I like them.
I'm looking
Yeah.
them up right now so I can see
I'm gonna
the
get some shit
images.
for this, but my favorite are the trefoils, dude. You
The
guys ever get the blue the
shortbreads?
shortbreads? They're so good.
You basic bitch.
I know. I love those though. I love those. I also will get a box of the peanut butter sandwich ones.
That's what I'm talking about.
And
You know, the
then
shortbread ones are good. This might sound
they're
crazy.
simple. They're good though.
I'm shortbreading before I go for what were the ones that you liked?
The
It was-
Tagalog?
Tagalongs, the
Yeah,
peanut
The
butter.
peanut butter
tagalongs.
chocolates?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I think I'll go with the shortbread above that.
Thank you. See, they're pretty good.
They
They're
are good, but we're
easy.
talking about elites.
Yeah.
Elite cookies. So they are the bottom of the elite, which still puts them above a Chips Ahoy.
Yeah,
Oh
honestly,
yeah,
like some of these are a
everything's
little
above a Chips
much.
Ahoy.
Like I don't really need like these adventurefuls. Have you guys tried those? Too much going on. I don't want them. They're
Which
like
ones are those?
they're like brownies with caramel with salt and like
Ooh,
like
you're doing too
drizzle.
much.
Yeah, it's like a little much for me. Like I just want. Do they have chocolate chip? Because I feel like they don't. I just want
I
like
don't
good.
know. I don't think they do
No.
What's up with
anymore.
that?
No.
Yeah, it's caramel chocolate chip.
I,
Is what they have.
Damn.
I don't know.
See, I wish they made the toffee tastic because it's gluten free, but that's the reason why the cookies snap so hard because there's no gluten in there to soften it up. So I wish they made a regular toffee one. Yeah, I don't know what your thought is on this one, but I will never buy Girl Scout cookies from someone who tells me that there's an online link for it. I would
No.
I would prefer to buy it face to face from a Girl Scout.
I
who's
need it
selling
from a
on
little
social-
girl. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the only way.
this
I'm
whole-
like, I don't even want to go out. I don't want to avoid their eye contact in the grocery store. Like, send me the link and get out of my face.
What? The funnest
Yeah.
part is buying from them, and they're all happy about it, though. It's like
Yeah.
you're interacting with the youth.
Nah, dude, they're just hustlers. They're little corporate hustlers.
I don't like when
They
their
just want
moms
your
are there,
money.
like making deals. Like, get away! Like,
No,
it's
yeah,
supposed to be
mom, sit
old-fashioned.
back. Like, chill.
Fucking
I do try to like avoid eye contact when I go into the store.
Right?
But like just like in third grade, I submit to peer pressure very quickly from girls. So I will get at least 2 boxes on the way
Yeah.
out, even though it wasn't my intention. Like now they're like, oh, we got a Venmo QR code here, scan this. I'm like, ah, damn it. Now I got no excuses. It used
Yeah.
to be, oh, sorry, no cash. Now it's like, oh, here, you could, cash app us. Damn, these Girl Scouts got too
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah.
Now, but that's
future's
the thing.
now.
I'm like, it's a networking thing now. Like these are the future entrepreneurs, right? So
Mhm.
we all know a Girl Scout in our network, at least 1 to 3 layers deep. There is a Girl
Mm.
Scout in your network. So I just look for my local favorite Girl Scout or like the 3 like fams where I'm like, oh yeah, I want to support your kid this year. And then I'll QR code order those. And then as I'm walking out, because I only avoid eye contact on the way in. I like lock eyes on the way out. And I'm like, I already have some at home. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm stocked up. Sorry.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
didn't even ask you. You just
They need to
provided
get
that
used to
information.
rejection, like they got to get used to that too. They can't just win.
When
So
they
yeah.
get me though, I like the game immediately turns. I'm like, I'm gonna deal with this little businesswoman now. Thank you, ma'am. Thank
Mhm.
you. Appreciate your service. Love
Yeah,
these
they get your
cookies. What's
change,
your
they counted
favorite?
it out. It's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I wonder if they love it, actually. I need to know.
They
I was
probably
not a
do.
Girl Scout, so.
No, like
Did-
we're heading down this world where I go into a restaurant and I have to order off a giant iPad, like the size of 4 iPads, and there's no human interaction whatsoever. And maybe this is becoming the older millennial thought, but it's like, Jesus Christ, dude, like put someone behind the counter so I can ask questions because all of a sudden, like I'm talking to nobody, and it's like I'm already not talking to anybody when I'm at home. I'm already not talking to anybody when I'm at work because I'm on my computer. I have all these avenues of not talking to somebody, and I know there's people with Asperger's who are like, "Oh, this is the way of the future." It's like, no, it's not. It's not the way. it's the cause of it's the downfall of man. I'm telling you that right now. And I mean, the Girl Scouts need to be supported face to face. And when someone gives you a link, it's like, hey man, my girl's selling Girl Scout cookies. Here's the link. I'm gonna tell them, get that link out of my face.
I'm not doing this.
I'm not doing that.
Get that link out of my face.
Get the Girl Scout in the office and slang the cookies, and like you have to burn a little calories and bring in the case of the cookies to sell it, because Daddy's not selling the cookies. That's not the premise of this. It spits in the face of what the head of the Girl Scouts, whatever her name is, I don't know. Just that's not it.
Melissa Scout. Her name's Melissa Scout.
Melissa
I
would
would have
be
never known.
rolling in her grave knowing about this.
You know what? I will say that though. I respect when they door knock me. That's absolutely different.
Ooh, no,
Like,
do
if-
not come to my house.
No, if you're showing,
not knock on my door.
if you have your little child and you're watching from the side street as they go and they like they're growing the cojones to be who they need to be to survive in this
Yeah,
life.
I'm down.
I'm like, respect. You know what? Let me see if I have cash. If not, I will manifest it. You know,
I will
So that I'm
trade
down
you
for.
things in my house for cookies if I don't have any cash. I'll give you an electric
Yeah.
guitar. How many
Like,
cookies
will you
is
take?
that?
Will you take a sandwich? Like, is that
Nope,
an even
you gotta
trade?
set my dog off, and then I gotta deal with that. Do not come to my door.
Mm. See, everybody's different. If they
Yeah,
can find a
see,
way
at
to
the
get into my
Vons.
apartment lobby, I'm down.
And this is how the Girl Scouts are still running. They hit us all, you guys. Every place, no matter what.
There's nowhere safe.
Gotta have the strategy. Yeah.
Did y'all ever sell like candy or cookies or anything like for school or Little League? No?
I
I
did for
always
Little
bought
League
out of
baseball,
it.
I think. Like there was something. We used to do like jogathons at my elementary, and people would sign up for every lap I did. I remember one time my aunt signed up for like
Yeah.
$10 a lap, and I did like 56 laps or something, and she was like, "Dude, what the fuck?"
You erase the zero.
Yeah, she
Damn.
was like, "Okay, never again."
I would buy
Yeah.
out if I could, you know, like every time there was like, you guys gotta fundraise this or that, or like donate $100. We're like,
Straight
yeah,
donation.
donation. Let's get done with it, you know?
I don't know. You know what? It's funny because I did sell chocolate, and I don't know why. Like because I wasn't in the Boy Scouts. It was for school,
Yeah.
and they just gave you the chocolate. They're like, go ahead.
Yeah,
It's
fun.
fundraising. It's fundraising for the
But, like,
school. Yeah.
It felt like it was mandatory. I don't. I don't. Maybe I
did
got
that
peer pressured
too.
into it. But like, I'm thinking about it now, and I don't remember saying, "Damn, that's fucking sick. I want in." Maybe it's because of the incentives. I remember one year, if you sold 30 boxes, you'd get a super soaker. So I think maybe that's how
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
they kind of incentivize it, because I wanted a super soaker, and I was like, I couldn't get the 30 boxes because there's 24 candy bars in that box, and then you had to go through 30 boxes just to
like
get that. I was
1,000
like,
candy bars. That's who's gonna do that?
yeah,
That's crazy.
have
The
to-
only I do remember selling like, you know, those guides where people could like order brownies. Like I remember doing that, but this was when I was in private school, so it's also
Yeah,
straight
I was in private
fundraising.
school too. That's fine.
Like the sports teams, you know, they're like, go sell like these tuxedo brownies, and they were bomb, dude. Every time I'm like, y'all gotta have these tuxedo brownies. But otherwise, I'd buy out. I was not interested. Like, we didn't have the time or resources to be like walking around and like asking people. Like, I'm not standing outside a Target. Like, that's just not happening.
I'm just shocked you went to
Yeah.
private school.
I know. I didn't pay for it though. I was tuitionless. Thank you to my donors.
Oh wow.
Somebody fancy.
Yeah, I went to public school. So it's like, I thought the money was coming from the public. Why am I fucking selling chocolates for this place?
Here,
You
we
are the
good?
public.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the taxes my parents are paying were going towards this. Why am I selling it? At one point, it was C's Candy. I remember that being a thing, and it was like it was $1. And then all
Oh,
of-
the candy bars, like the crunch
candy bars.
bars, the
Yeah.
caramel bars.
Yeah.
but it was C's.
Yeah.
And
I don't know what I was selling. Too much of weird stuff. I'm gonna ask my mom.
I've sold
Sometimes
so
when we
much
talk about
bullshit.
stuff, and I'm like, God, I gotta ask my mom about this. Like, I was selling some weird. We had a weird old farty magazine of like, yeah, weird stuff like dishware. Like, I don't know what we were selling. It's really confusing me. now.
Dishware?
I
Wow.
think
Bro,
it was like,
I've been
yeah,
I've been to public school, Cub Scout, and Little League. I have hustled.
yeah,
I've been
yeah.
in the rain in a Little League baseball outfit, just being like, please, I'm cold and my mom won't let me come home until I sell all these Hershey bars.
Oh
Wow.
no.
That's a
This
real
is
story.
That'll sell.
this is why
first
you knew
place.
about the Boy Scouts, huh?
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
did you
so
guys know how they make their money?
I
How do the
sold it
Boy
all.
Scouts make money?
Popcorn, largely, I remember popcorn. This is also like the 90s, so I don't know what they do now. But yeah, I remember the popcorn, the gourmet popcorns,
Ooh, with
being
like the
big.
chocolate or cheddar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I mean, it was the same tin you could buy at Target at Christmas time, but now it's July.
And everybody's like, ooh, gotta have that.
It's got that little boy branding too. We like that, you know. It's fun.
Well, I mean, if I could find Drake's house, I'm sure I would have made a killing, but
Ah,
A minor.
Yeah, maybe we can go to Diddy's house and sell oil.
Dude,
yeah,
amongst
yeah.
other
Stocks
things, I'm
up.
sure.
that's the move.
Well, okay. I guess I had one random thought, and we'll end on that one, which is, do you think it's okay to break up over text? In the spirit of Valentine's Day, things aren't working well with the honey. It just isn't it. Were you okay with breaking up over text?
It's all circumstantial, if you ask me. Like, how long were they together? Or like, were they texters? Did they never see each other?
Let's
Did
say
they
it's
meet
a
on
year.
Tinder?
Ooh.
They've been together a year. They see each other a lot, presumably.
Yeah.
No, no, it's not
See,
okay.
I feel like it's
3
not okay,
months.
but I understand the appeal.
Yes,
But
I can agree
don't
with
think you
that.
should.
No.
Like, it's not right. Grow up, don't do it. But I understand why you would want to just be like, I don't want to tell them in their face.
Is it really
Just
better
Bro.
to do it in person though? Like, what's the actual difference? Is it
respect?
just? Is it?
That's
I
it.
guess.
Yeah,
Like, do
I
that I'm
think so.
driving to your house to tell you in your front yard, and then I'm gonna, like, what? You know?
I would
Like-
argue that breaking up with someone is one of the most disrespectful things you could do.
Yeah. What the fuck's
At
the
the end of the
difference?
day.
I'm kind of changing my mind right
Ooh,
now.
all I want to hear is Mark's opinion right now.
Go ahead. Yeah. Who broke up with you in junior high, Mark? That you want to talk
Over
about? Now?
text.
Why do you think this is
Bye-bye.
okay behavior?
I think it's okay in a world where we want to do everything virtually and people have been laid off over a virtual call or like emails and your accounts get shut out. Just do a breakup over text.
bar's
I think
been
it's the
lowered.
easiest thing you can do. Like there is, I don't. Again, in a sense where when you're breaking up with someone, it's something you don't want to do, and why do it over dinner when you cry over your spaghetti, like when we do it in public, so you don't like
No,
start.
but you don't do
blowing up.
that either.
No,
like-
like you set up
No.
a coffee or you come over, like something small scale. You could walk away from it anytime. The meal's already paid for.
Mhm. No, but
Yeah, you
we-
do have to kind
Yeah.
of like there's probably like a 3-day window where you're like, I gotta break up with this person in the next 3 days, and you have 3 days to find the right time to like, because you can't just like, hey, glad we're sitting down for a typical Netflix like sesh. Like it has to be just out of place, in my
But when the
opinion.
chill comes around, you're like, well, that bought 3 more days.
Yeah, but what happens is you'll see her crying and you feel bad and you're like, and she'll say, oh, well, I can change. And it's like, oh man, I don't want to be the reason why you're crying. And you're like, all right, let's stick it out and let's figure it out. And
No
that's what
balls.
happens.
No balls, Mark. Just
No.
be the man and just say like, no, I'm sorry, this doesn't work for me. You can't be if you're being
I think-
convinced.
The text makes it. The text shows how little, how ready you are to just be like, you know what? I don't even want to see you. I
How
don't want to
little
deal
you
with
were
it.
invested to begin with.
It's just like, you know what? Like, I'm just done, dude. I'm just gonna send a text and just
Yeah.
here it is. I kind of agree. I'll tell you, I got broken up with at a California chicken cafe, and I hated it, and I didn't want to get a
That's not
chicken wrap for a
right.
long
No,
fucking
it-
time.
Yeah, that's not
It
right.
really
You
should
don't
not be
go
a public
somewhere.
place.
Pissed me
No.
off.
No, but you
That's
do it-
wrong.
You
know,
do it in
and
public. You do it in public in case the person attacks you.
this
That's
is
when
Why
some
are-
offer
You
up
should have vetted
exchange.
that out before you
Yeah.
got this
They're
far.
attacking you, it deserves a text.
That's a
Like
different
there are
story.
circumstances where you're like, it's a threat to my life if I break
Mhm.
up with, like that's outside
We have to
of the
talk. Meet
scope.
me at the sheriff's station. You know,
Yeah,
that's
we
what
have
that
to
is.
talk.
It's like you're selling something
outside
off
of the fire
fucking
department.
Craigslist.
I remember that day, and like we ate together, and then it happened, and we were outside, and there's this little mini wall. There's like a little cinder block wall that's like 3 feet tall, and we're standing next to this little wall. And every time I drive down Ventura Boulevard and I see that little fucking wall, I'm like, my heart breaks a little bit, and I'm like, fuck
Damn,
you,
Vic.
CCC,
I'm sorry, Vic,
California
dude.
Chicken Cafe. That's okay. I'm good now. I'm happily, everything's fine. But it's just like, yeah, it could have been a text. I don't know.
Yeah.
3 months. After 3 months,
Yeah.
that other person, that person that you have been spending time with, that you have been kind of emotionally exploring, deserves the respect of a face-to-face breakup. Now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
individual circumstances will always supersede anything else.
Yep.
But you spend time with this person. Like, someone may have caught some feelings, not you clearly, but someone else may have.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I'm also someone who's trying to take care of everyone. So even my exes are like, I got to make sure you land softly because all of this is about to walk away.
What a gentleman.
And yeah,
Can we
uh,
also just like throw it back to the OG 2006 you can't text message breakup? Am I the only one who remembers this? The same person that did the song that was like, shoes. Oh my God, shoes.
oh really?
I
This
don't
is
know what you're
LA
talking about.
lore.
I know shoes,
You
but I
can't
never
text
heard.
message
I
breakup.
don't know that.
I'm throwing the link in the chat. You
Okay.
guys
I'll check it
come
out
after
too.
these folks.
In the chat, Graphiture says get someone from HR to break up for you.
Yeah.
I think
Ooh.
I think that
That's
when
efficient.
there's a startup, the startup has a mission to solve a problem. I think we have a problem here, which is people need help breaking up with people. How about you hire us as cameos to get on a call and break up for you?
Ooh, I like that. I'll break up with
Yeah.
somebody for you.
Yeah, because
That
you
would
know
be
what, like
fun.
it's kind of fun, but also the fact that like there was thought behind it. You know, hey, like the words that Victor couldn't really eloquently put it out there. He hired someone to do that for me, and that is very sweet to me. I think that is like
Yeah. And they're
is
way more
good.
collected. You'll take it better
You know
too.
what? Yeah, that'll
Yeah,
buy,
yeah.
and no one has to do it live. Even the cameos pre-recorded. So you know what? That'll buy you at least 3 more months. If you get like Elvira or Big E to do a cameo
Yeah.
breaking up with me, I'm like, damn, my heart's
That was
broken. But
dope.
you know what? This was
Yeah.
pretty sweet.
It was the
This is the
coolest
best breakup
breakup
I've ever had.
yeah.
Like,
hope you
imagine if I just roll
feel
up with my
the
graphiture
power.
background, and I'm just like, hey,
Hey.
girl,
Yeah.
I just want to talk to you. I'm so sorry. I know this is probably like the worst news, but I'm just a girl's girl, and I want you to hear it from me. Like, you're getting broken up with, and it's okay. Like, you're like, that's so much. I'll receive that with open arms,
You're
you
gonna
know?
be good. You'll be
Dude,
Yeah,
fine
you're
for
gonna
it,
be all
Twitch,
right.
girl. Don't even
7:30
trip.
PST.
Yeah.
Are we open to do your 30-second demo reel? You're auditioning for this role of hiring, and we're gonna do a breakup before we end the show.
I feel like I just did it. I mean,
Let's do
that
it
that was
again.
my
I think we
performance.
should just make a
do it
post
again.
of it. We'll go viral for that. I think this is pretty funny. That could be our
I'll,
thing.
you know what? I'll do this for the fans. I will
We'll-
record one and put it on IG, and you guys can use it in real
Oh,
time
I want to see
and
that
send
from
it to
everyone.
us.
yeah.
I want to
DM
see
it to
Mark and
us.
Victor's.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
I mean, we
Ooh.
can
I don't
do
think I'd
it
be good
here.
at that. To be
Yeah,
honest.
we can do it like, and then we can have a sizzle reel, like, and then just do it.
Ooh.
Look,
Okay,
dude.
but we need a script. We need a script.
Yeah,
No,
we
this
can
is
put
you got to
something.
improv this. You got to
Yeah,
wing
Well,
it.
the whole
improv.
point
Is
of
it-
it is that we're doing it. We're saying it nicely, right? And that it's delivered with some care, or are we just gonna raw dog it, dude? Because then
No,
fuck
I
it.
want it needs to be constructed
Yeah.
carefully, delicately.
We have to think about their
Hey, we ain't
feelings.
talking about real people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
It's just off the cuff, like you're just doing it eloquently, and then
All
we
right.
won't talk over you. So this is your space to do this. I don't know, Evelyn. You don't have to go first if you want like 10 seconds to think about it.
Give
but
me
we
give
can
me give me a breakup.
All right.
I need to set the scene.
Okay,
Like
okay.
who's breaking up?
Okay, so the guy is breaking up with the girl. It's been 4 months, and unfortunately, like she's a doll, but she just chews too loud, and is just not that considerate when it comes to not considerate when it comes to what's a good one here. Like
Wait
always
staff.
eating.
Like the wait staff?
He always orders the most expensive thing on the menu.
Yeah, there you go.
Ah, it's the
And chews
Mm.
too loud. There you go.
Okay. I think I'm getting there.
All right,
I'm
guys,
gonna
shut up.
pull
We
I'm
get
gonna
this
pull
one.
from Chicago for those of you that know. Um Hey girl, I'm really glad that I'm the one that gets to tell you this, because I didn't want you to hear it from some piece of shit or some really crappy guy. I don't really know this guy, but I'm here to pass along some news to you. Your homie, insert name here, has decided that it's not really working anymore between you two. So this is your official breakup. If you want to know the reason, I have that for you. I think I'm going to chalk it up to artistic differences. You guys are really just thinking in two different wheelhouses, and that's okay. Not everybody's going to be a match, but I want you to know that we're here for you on To Live and Talk in LA. You can find our podcast every Wednesday live 7:30 p.m. on Twitch and YouTube. And if you just want a good laugh and you want to listen to our old stuff, you can catch us live on your preferred podcast network.
There you go.
Jeff's
Damn.
kiss. Perfect.
I want to be dumped like that.
Oh,
Strong
print it.
clothes.
Victor,
Artistic differences, that applies to everything. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
you guys want in on this?
I want
I
to hear
want
yours,
more.
Mark.
All right, we doing this?
Yeah.
All right, let me drink some water
You-
here. All right. Go ahead.
You got to break up. You're breaking up with Timothy
Okay.
because Jamie. What's Jamie's gripe?
He
What's-
we'll take graphics. He got too comfortable with his flatulence.
yeah,
Oh,
getting a bit too farty.
So Timothy is the one being dumped.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
talking to Timothy.
It's okay. All right, we're ready. We're gonna do this. Oh, hey there. Hi, Timothy. This is Mark from To Live and Talk in LA. I had a special message coming from Jamie. The feedback I have to give you is, unfortunately, Jamie is going to promote you to friend. No longer a thing anymore. And if we're looking for fearless feedback, the true essence of it is you got a little too loosey with the flatulence, and I think it was a little too soon, and maybe a little too loud. So, Timothy, maybe it's something to kind of think on. Gas X, something just to let you have it. Just to let you know that your box has already been packed and it's outside your door, and you are all set. So, hope you listen to Live and Talk in LA, which you can find on Apple Podcast, Spotify, however your podcast, and we'll see you soon.
Wow,
Nice.
we like that
Solid.
too. We like
Solid.
that too. We do.
Yeah, constructive
like the word-
criticism,
Yeah.
we-
room to grow.
Very
You can take that
professional.
with you. Yeah.
It was the delivery, like the opening line was nice, and you were really honest.
Again, that's what
Yeah.
we want, right? That's what we wanted.
I don't know that advertising to the people we're breaking up with is going to get us more listeners, but I think it's
I
worth
don't
the
know.
try, you know? Like
Yeah.
maybe they'll
I-
like it. I don't know.
I'd get curious. I'd
Yeah.
get curious. Who's
There's still
this?
two more. Who's going? Vic and is it Spooky? I need more.
Somebody feed me. I'm here for the improv.
Okay,
Okay,
let's
so-
see.
Give
This
me
is going
a
to-
name and a location.
Okay. I wasn't sure if my couple was straight, so I'm gonna give you the an alternative lifestyle. It'll be two guys.
Works for me.
One will be what's a good? Sebastian will be breaking up with Ethan.
Ethan. All right, so I'm talking to Ethan.
You're talking to Ethan.
What's the
and-
reason? What's the reason for the
Okay,
breakup?
I got this one. Ethan is the one being broke up with, was just a little too rowdy as being a monster at the last Lady Gaga concert and was too flirty with the buff guy in the back. And I don't know if drugs were involved in this one, but it was just a little too much, and he's seen too much, and that's where we're going.
All right.
I like that.
Ah. Lion face. Ah, lemon face. Ooh, lion face. Ah, lemon face. Ooh.
It's ready.
Hey, girl. Got some news for you. You know I've been a big fan since day one. Ethan, you've been just a fantastic person, and I have always admired all the time that we've spent together. So I want you to come. I want you to hear this from me and our history, and I want that to speak truths. You're getting a bit too flirty out there. I know when the queen is up and Gaga, it fills you up, and we're all monsters. But you got a bit too monstrous. Your appetite's a bit too big, and maybe now's not the time for you to be looking for a monogamous relationship. Maybe it's a good time to explore your relationship options. Polyamory, getting a polycule. Very cute these days. Very demure. That's my suggestion to you, Ethan. Sebastian's just, he's a one guy kind of person. And I think there's bigger things out there for you. So why don't you catch up with me? We'll hang out some more over on League of Ridiculous Conversations every 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Twitch TV/LORC podcast. And I'll see you in the chat like I always do. I'll see you later.
Nice.
Nice, dude.
I like the we're all
That's
monsters.
good.
I threw that in the chat. I'm like, wow, way to appeal to their good side. And you opened it up to exploring new opportunities. That was a nice little flip of the script.
Yeah.
Vic,
Ethan too freaky for one boy.
Mhm.
I love Freaky Deaky.
All right, Victor.
Are we gonna go there, Vic? Do you have your own scenario or would you like one?
Yeah, sure. Give me some names. Just one. I don't want two names. Too many to remember.
Okay,
Heather.
Heather.
Heather. Heather.
you're breaking up
And
with Heather.
you're breaking up with Heather because
She's a Disney adult.
she's a
Yeah.
Disney adult who, I'm gonna throw one more in there, on the first date told you that there's no way aliens can be real.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this is actually not that bad because this is things that I feel I match with anyway. This is fine.
Perfect.
This is it.
With care and delicacy,
You find the
remember.
truth.
And professionalism.
Well, and I think everybody delivers differently, right? So
Sure.
maybe you guys are, I think I'm going to keep it a little more short and sweet. Some people just want, let's just get it done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go. Don't qualify. Just do
Yeah.
it.
Pull the red-
Okay,
Pull
Heather.
Band-Aid off.
Heather. Get ready, Heather.
Heather. Look, dude. It's not working out. And everyone's allowed to do their own thing and enjoy what they like and have their own beliefs, but this time I think you went too far. Aliens, they're out there. And I think when you shut that down on that date, it really just kind of it turned him off, and it showed him that I think you're not thinking on the same scale. You're not open to new ideas, and I think that's what a lot of people are looking for. So I think you should look inward and then look outward and figure out what's going on out there. Also, some people are just Magic Mountain, Six Flags people, and I think you got to dial that Disney stuff back a little bit. Okay, it's not a whole identity. It's just a thing that people like to enjoy. So let's cool it a little bit there, but you got it next time, Heather. I believe in you. You're going to be all right.
Yay!
That's
Look at that. We are ready to launch our business right here.
I mean,
am
the
here-
chat's popping off. They want us for now they want a breakup right before Valentine's Day just to see this come to life.
Just imagine if we have time to cook on it, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is off the
Oh,
cuff,
yeah.
guys. Like, if we put our heads together, we can come with something good.
30
Oh,
bucks? 30 bucks? Yeah.
Easy.
I like this. Yeah,
30
let us
bucks?
know.
Let us know. We'll make the video.
This
let's do it.
episode has been sponsored by Cameo. Just kidding.
Well, the next words I'm going to say is I think that's a good place to end. Anthony, where can I find you, dude?
Find me and the gang, Leland, Jordan, and Steph, over on Tuesdays at twitch.tv/LORC podcast. That stands for the League of Ridiculous Conversations. We've been going, a long time. We are about to hit 380 episodes. We are
Wow.
longtime friends. Leland, my BFF since '99, since the last millennium. And it is the experience of hanging out with your homies at a Denny's at 1 a.m. The concert's out. You too drunk to drive too far, but you landed at a Denny's and you're just hanging out, whatever comes up, conversation, good times, jokes, ribs, and sometimes we eat weird stuff, like a Denny's. So we are there. Social medias, LORC podcast across the board.
Moon over my hammies. Also, as a reminder, next Saturday, that's February 22nd, I will be at the Pasadena Ice House holding it down at a showcase. So come on through. Come on out and see me, and maybe you'll get a sticker. Evelyn, Victor, who wants to take us out?
I
I'll
gotta
spare
tell you.
Vic.
Oh.
You go.
Okay. Guys, we are To Live and Talk in LA. You can find us every Wednesday at 7:30 on Twitch and YouTube, doing it live. We also post our podcast wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, podcast app, what have you, on Thursdays. So please give us a download and a follow. Finally, we've got some pretty kick-ass reels on social media, thanks to Evelyn. Full credit goes out to her. So show us some love there too, guys. And we'll see you next time.
All right, dudes. Peace.
Peace.
Oh, that was a fun one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at
Have a
that.
good time.
Good
Who
times,
wrote
everybody.
who wrote Kenrick in the show Bible instead of Kendrick?
That's probably my phone
Not
or
I.
something. Yeah,
Some
probably.
nerd.
Mark.
Oh my god, I'm glad you somehow figured out who I was talking about.
I have to
I
pretend
wasn't
that I
certain.
like this guy. What's his
I had
name?
to Google it.
Kenrick?
Yeah, Kenrick. Who was that?
Everybody's talking about it. Are we doing pillow talk today? Are we hanging out?
I mean, we went an hour 30.
We went an hour
so,
30. Yeah, so I'm just
so,
gonna.
Yeah, we can Twitch stream. We'll see you guys
Yeah.
next week, and yeah, good times.
Thank
All
you everyone for having
Hey.
me on.
awesome, dude.
Absolute blast. It's great to finally meet Elle and Vic here in person. It's I'm looking forward to Wings someday in the near future.
Hell yeah,
Mhm.
that sounds good.
When you're
I
in
can't
town,
wait
baby,
to
then.
see you guys try chocolate ball sacks. I also saw that you could get a bag of dicks in the chat.